Hello and welcome to Adventures in TV Land, another rambling review. For this rambling review, we're talking about Horizon, an American Saga, Chapter 1. Now, Horizon is an epic Western-style story from Kevin Costner. Costner not only directed and wrote this movie, he's spent about the past 30 years writing the script. He also financed it almost totally himself. I know he put some of his property up for like a double mortgage. He dipped into his savings. He invested himself heavily into the making of this movie. Horizon, at least Chapter 1, it is the first part of what is a planned 4-part story. And I have to say, after seeing the movie, I'm eager to see what happens next, how things unfold. The film, in many ways, it reminds me of the old mini-series on television, except this is much more epic in scope. You wouldn't be able to get the picturesque vistas. You wouldn't be able to get those glorious natural shots on the small screen as you can here on the big screen of the movie theater. This film was filmed so that it can be seen in theaters. It looks gorgeous. The cinematography is unbelievable, and it really captures the spirit of the American West. Now, there's several plot lines that unfold throughout the film. My guess is that Horizon, it is a community, that there is a gentleman out east. He's, I guess, selling property to this town along the river, that there is no town, and it's called Horizon, and the people are coming there. The film starts off really in a very tragic way, but it rebounds quickly from there, from the settlers trying to, settle here in the town of Horizon while everything else is going on around them. Now, the town of Horizon, it is in Apache territory, and a crossroads of where actually some rival Apache tribes, they are at conflict with each other. Some of the storylines, like I said, it is epic, and not exactly sure how things will tie together yet, but the town, after it's first built, the Apache attack, they burn down most of the town. Some of the people that are living there, they are scattered. There's a young boy. He ends up joining with some of the other townspeople to try to hunt down the Apache that were responsible for burning their village. There's a mother and a daughter who are taken to the nearby fort and end up staying there and are taken under wing by the military there, by the army. And a completely separate storyline, there is a young woman who tries to kill someone who I believe, I don't know if it was her lover or who it was exactly, and she takes off with a baby in Wyoming, and later that child, they become intertwined with Kevin Costner's character. He plays a character, his name is Hayes, is his first name, and he ends up becoming chased by outlaws before the end of the movie. There's also a wagon train making its way, leaving from Kansas City, headed west. That's the wagon train. The wagon master there, the captain of the wagon train, is Luke Wilson. There's all these different little storylines, these little threads, and I'm very curious how they will end up all tying together, and what will happen to some of these characters. There are some characters that are introduced. They're very likable. They don't receive much screen time because, unfortunately, they're killed. This movie is, in a sense, it's violent, but it's a very natural violence. It's not like a shoot-'em-up story or anything like that. What happens, it seems fairly realistic, in all honesty. Fares are very grounded and organic to the story. Part 2 comes out in August. Now, parts 3 and 4 have not been filmed yet. They will be filmed later this year, and they will be released, I believe, later in 2025 and into 2026. I don't know if they're going to be as soon back to back as parts 1 and 2, but they may be. I don't know. So I want to see how the story, what happens. I want to know this whole story. The film left me aching for more, to see more about these characters. The movie is a 3-hour movie, but I didn't even realize it was 3 hours. It went by very quickly. It doesn't drag at any point. It's very very grounded, very real. It is a great movie. It is set up against the backdrop of the Civil War. So there is one point in the film where some of the soldiers you've gotten to know, they are ordered back to the front lines. That's Horizon. I give it 2 thumbs up. I highly recommend it. Go see this film if you have the chance to. If you like Westerns, you have to go see this film. And if you just like good stories, if you enjoyed some, like this movie, it reminded me a lot, like I said, of the miniseries like Lonesome Dove, The Blue and the Gray. They were these epic long stories that we would watch on television each night for a week and just to see how things unfolded. And this is kind of the same thing, except it's much more grand in scope. So Horizons, an American Saga, Chapter 1. Go see it in theaters. This has been another Rambling review from Adventures in TV Land. Until next time, that's a wrap.